rule the game one step at a time. Polarity here. If the bad guys don't get you, baby, then the good guys will. With the angels on the taker and the gang.
It's been 14 years since I was sat in your position, which is pretty scary, actually. But I was 17 and I went to a performing arts school called LIPA in Liverpool. And you know, I'd been playing in this band called The Residents for 4 years. It was a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. But we also did things like you know, all the classics, Elvis, and you know, we'd play social clubs and weddings, and you know, and just like old men's clubs and all sorts of things. And we used to ride around in a van that we loaned from the local fish company. So it really smelled bad. So when I think back to, you know, struggle and strife and really slumming it through the years, I think back to that fish van. And thank God I never have to go there again. But yeah, you know, my journey kind of started when I was very little. My dad always played this old black 12-string acoustic guitar with no name from the 60s that he still has. But it ran in the family, you know, so everybody just embraced the fact that I was this keen little kid who wanted to play everything. And I started playing piano when I was 4. And my Auntie Nellie taught me. And, you know, it just kind of grew from there.
Oh, love junkies wanna change the world, but it quickly stays the same. Money junkies wanna hire all the smart ones. Power junkies rule the game one step at a time.
I think, you know, when you all get through your courses and then you get catapulted into the big old bad world, I mean, I think just always be aware that there's clearly going to be times where it's going to be really tough and whatever else, but I think it's like a simple equation that I've started to work out in my head, is that if you do something of quality, no matter how much it seems like it's never going to happen at the time, if you do something of quality and you do it for all the right reasons, that eventually it will succeed. And it may take 20 years, it may take 2 years, it may take however long, right? But, you know, people always say life's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Life's what happens when you're busy making plans, and all that kind of stuff is true, because, you know, that whole experience, you know, you need to go out and do that so that you end up writing the songs from those experiences and living that life to, you know, fill you with all this inspiration and whatnot. It's all kind of cyclical, it all matters in the end. So I think, you know, everybody's always like, what's the greatest piece of advice? It's like, well, in all honesty, it's just be good at what you do and play with good intentions, and eventually some point it'll, you know, you turn a corner.
Won't you help me, baby? Won't you help me, darling? Won't you help me, baby? Won't you help me, darling? Won't you help me, baby? Come on and help me, darling. I can't do it all by myself. Well, if you don't help me, darling, well, I'm gonna have to find somebody else.
You know, obviously the one song that a lot of people know me for is I Wish I Was a Punk Rocker. Controversial as such, because brackets with flowers in my hair doesn't make any sense, but when you read the line after it, it does. But yeah, you know, that song really kind of raised a lot of eyebrows, and it's funny because we're just rehearsing just now for the new tour, and it's like, my music has changed so much, you know, in the last 4 records, and from, you know, being quite kind of innocent folk rock to now being quite actually really dark and gutsy blues rock, and fitting that song into the set is kind of interesting. But we've ended up with this sort of Pat Metheny type thing, which is quite cool. But no, you know, that song really was just a fluke. You know, it wasn't like I sat down and labored over it for months on end. It just came from living the life that I lived and being observational of the world around me. You know, I was always the person that never spoke unless I had something decent to say.
Talk to you, oh darling, you talk to me, and you gotta help me, baby. Come on and help me, darling.
So when I left and when I, you know, wrote Punk Rocker, I really didn't expect it to do what it did. It really honestly was a complete and utter shock, because in actual fact I started an independent label before I was signed to a major, and the whole idea was that I was releasing my songs independently because I couldn't get arrested at any major label. You know, I couldn't get a look in. So I did what everybody does and played shows, and I'd been playing since I was, you know, 14, legitimately, professionally. And, you know, I was up and down the country, and wherever they would have me, I went. And, you know, that whole experience was what, you know, I sort of based my life on at the time.